You may be wondering where I've been for the better part of the last month. But if you watch my most recent videos on my channel, you're aware that a tornado hit my town and knocked out power, damaged my house, all that stuff. I'm not going to sit here and go over that sad subject again, although I do thank you for those of you who donated through Buy Me a Coffee. But in the aftermath of that tornado, I spent some time up in Tulsa with my family anyway, trying to, have my special needs child and our other kids in a better environment than a house that did not have electricity and would start to smell weird when the meat in the refrigerator started turning bad, which it did, by the way. In the days leading to the tornado, I had been doing what I called a carnivore reset. I'd been struggling on the strictness of things with dairy mostly. It was mostly a dairy thing. For whatever reason, it turns out I'm really sensitive to dairy. Fun way to find out. And I had gained a lot of weight already just since Christmas from dairy as a predominant driver for it. And what ended up happening was, I'll put some footage here so you can see it. I decided I was going to just see if I could do a few weeks of eating nothing but tri-tip and picanha, which are two cuts of beef that come from the sirloin. They're wonderful. They're wonderful cuts. They're some of my favorite. And I always used to say that I could be a happy man forever eating nothing but tri-tip and picanha for the rest of my life. And the day of the tornado was day 3 or 4 of that. And I was already actually getting tired of it. So I guess that turned out not to be true. But they were, I threw them in my pellet grill. They got a nice smoky flavor added to them to, a rare to medium rare perfection. And they were wonderful. But I still was getting tired of it. And then the tornado hit and we had to live out of a hotel room. And I paid extra for a hotel room to have a kitchenette. And that kitchenette had the stove in it was a glorified hot pad or hot plate. If you've lived in college dorms and broke the rules by having a hot plate in your kitchen, then you know what I was trying to cook with. And you could barely cook a steak on it. On the maximum temperature setting, it would take like 30 minutes to cook a steak. It was not ideal, to put it mildly. We ended up eating a lot of fast food, which is not good for my health or my kids' health. And whenever I would order hamburger patties, which is what you do at a fast food restaurant on the carnivore diet, most places, it seemed like in my experience during these days, gave me hamburger patties with cheese. And now you might think a little cheese isn't a problem. I won't even put a picture of these on the screen because there's no point. If you've gone to a hamburger place, you know what kind of cheese you get on these things. You get American cheese. And it seemed like every time I'd order hamburger patties, I would get hamburger patties with cheese. And I didn't really want to fight them on it. I was too stressed as it was. And dairy does trigger overeating for me. That much is clear. But these cheese slices have, seed oils in them. That's what American cheese is. American cheese hasn't been really identifiably a real dairy product almost since it was invented by Mr. Kraft, as in like Kraft Cheese Company, in the early 20th century. It was designed to be a shelf-stable cheese. To give you an idea, it's probably the first truly ultra-processed food was American cheese. And that just caused weight gain. And then my little girl got a cold, which I caught from her. And then I caught another cold a few weeks later. It was a different one. They hit different. I have been sick mostly for the last month. I've masked it pretty well. People, my other work on YouTube hasn't really been affected by it, except briefly in one little quirk that happened. Most people haven't noticed, but I've been sick basically for the last month, and I have gained an astronomical amount of weight in the last month to the point where I feel awful at all times. So I don't know what to do. We're doing a reset now. It's just going to be what I can do to stay on a reasonably clean carnivore diet and just lose this weight to get back to where I don't feel like a hypocrite making videos talking about nutrition, because it's part of the reason I haven't made anything is I feel like a hypocrite. And this is where I need your help. I don't know how to explain this, but since, I've been carnivore now 18 months, and in the time since going carnivore, I've gotten sick more times than I have at any other time in my life. I've gotten a cold probably every other month consistently since I was, since I went carnivore. And before that, when nutrition game and health game were on point, my exercise was, when I was exercising as I was required to, I was only getting a cold 3 times a year, maybe, and that's a bad year. When I was doing keto a few years ago, I didn't get a common cold, for 2 years. And it's not just a cold. I mean, I've gotten other things too. Something has happened on my carnivore journey that has caused me to have suffer some serious negative consequences for this, and I don't know what to do about it. So I'm hoping you can give me some insight into this because, I was doing the beef, butter, bacon, eggs thing. A little bit of coffee, and no, it wasn't the coffee causing it. People will say, well, you need to eat vitamin C, so go eat whatever you get vitamin C in from meat. Well, and then others will tell you, well, there's enough vitamin C in meat and flesh meat to do the job. Maybe not for me. And I have one of those who views Dr. Saladino's sort of what he's done, with suspicion, especially since if you just take a picture of him from now and from 2 years ago when he started consuming fruit and honey, he doesn't look good. The changes aren't good at all. But then again, now I'm not one to talk. And so I'm trying to figure out a way, because when vitamin C isn't really what keeps you from getting sick, vitamin C is more of an inflammation regulator in your body. It's vitamin D, really, that helps with your immune system. But both are important for that purpose, right? Reduce inflammation, control inflammation from wherever you're getting it from, and boost your immune system, right? Both of those are important. But I was getting vitamin D in butter. I can't really eat eggs. Egg whites I'm allergic to them, and egg yolks. And yes, I've tried organic pasteurized egg whites. They're no different. I'm legitimately allergic to egg whites. And I can only eat so many egg yolks. I don't really eat them much anymore. They're just weird. My whole life, eggs have made me sick, and so it's like a psychological barrier to consuming eggs of any kind. No, I'm not going to consume organ meat supplements. Those are a grift. They are a waste of money for 90% of people who use them. Some people, I legitimately agree, get good results, but they're a waste of money for me. They had no effect whatsoever. I don't eat organ meat. Again, it had no effect. Didn't notice a single benefit to it, except hating to eat. So I stopped eating organ meats. Maybe you'll say I should go back to eating organ meats. I don't know. All I know is I'm right now congested. I'm sick right now. And it all culminated a couple nights ago. I went to bed, couldn't sleep, and got up because I felt like I was going to throw up. And I had to really fight hard not to throw up. It was bad. My wife wasn't freaking out. She was very stable in helping me through it, but it was bad to the point where my voice is still a little hoarse because the bile, the gorge went all the way up there, and it was very acidic. So I don't know what to do. But whatever it is unsustainable. Whatever deficiency I have in this is unsustainable. And I got to fix it. So, like that person who emailed me the last video I did almost a month ago, I got to find out what's going on here. What's at the bottom of this difficulty I'm having, because this is stressing my body. Gained a weird amount of weight, which I think puts to the lie that you can't gain weight without carbs. So give me some suggestions, folks. I need your help. I do want to talk more about, food news and things like that, but I'm not sure people want to hear it. So let me know what you think. Give me some suggestions on what I should do. If you think I should go to ketovore and include some plants, make a good coherent case in the comments, because I always found ketovore is good for people it's good for, but I don't advocate it, and I don't advocate it for myself. If you think I should go back to keto, knowing that I'm suspicious of keto because of all the fake keto foods, but if you think my suspicion of that is enough to keep me on the straight and narrow, let me know in the comments. Maybe you think I should just go to 100% grass-fed, grass-finished beef instead of grass-fed, grain-finished beef like I tend to get. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you think I should supplement things. I'm just curious what you think, because right now I'm at my wit's end with this. So, breaking my silence after almost a month. Some people think it was really just the tornado stirring up dust and things that's made me sick. I don't know. We'll find out. Give me some ideas in the comments, because I don't know what to do. Anyway, I'm Anthony Stine, the Practical Carnivore. Thanks for watching today.